And this is the big piece of breaking news which is coming in right now at 8 p.m. This is with regards to F-35, which is stranded in India. A week later, the British rescue crew has now arrived in Kerala. Remember, NDTV has been extensively covering this F-35, which has been stranded in Kerala. Now, what we can tell our viewers is that British Navy crew from UK has arrived in Thiruvananthapuram with spare parts to inspect F-35. This is going to be a 30-plus crew which is set to come shortly, and they are working out their travel details. UK crew will take a call on whether to move the aircraft to hangar or not after the inspection. And there is a new crew which has also come from Singapore to the Thiruvananthapuram Airport. Shivarur, who has been tracking the story and all its aspects and entry points very, very closely, will be joining me shortly. But the message which is coming in, what exactly is this F-35 and why has it been stranded so far for so many days now? The British Navy crew from UK will arrive in Thiruvananthapuram with spare parts to inspect the F-35. There has been 30-plus crew which is likely to arrive, and the travel details are being worked out. What we can tell our viewers is also that the UK crew will take a call on whether to move the aircraft to hangar or not after inspection. And Shivadur, who has been tracking the story and has been breaking all aspects of the story, joins me on the phone line. Shiv, give us the details.
Maria, this is a big news break that we're bringing to our viewers here on NDTV. Today happens to be 1 week since this advanced Royal Navy F-35 stealth fighter was stranded after an emergency landing last Saturday around this time in Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala. And now we're hearing that a 30-man crew from the Royal Navy and the British military, arriving reportedly from Singapore, it's already landed apparently, will be taking a crack at fixing the aircraft. Now, at least 2 teams from the Royal Navy have so far tried and failed, to get the aircraft into the air again. Apparently, there are serious problems with the hydraulic system, possibly some kind of engine issue as well, as a result of which they've not been able to move the aircraft away. The Royal Navy also declined an offer from Air India, in fact, which we broke yesterday, Maria, to move the aircraft into a hangar. There are some sensitivities over proprietary technology, etc., as a result of which apparently the British government wants the aircraft to be out in the open as much as possible, even though the British media has completely blanked out the story. But this 30-man crew apparently arriving from Singapore will take a crack at it. And if they fail to get the aircraft serviceable again, even though they are apparently coming with spare parts and repair equipment, it is possible that they will either be able to fly the aircraft back to its aircraft carrier or to another base, or maybe even have to use a large transport aircraft to ferry the aircraft to a place where it can be serviced and maintained and made flyworthy again. But basically, this is the biggest effort 1 week later to repair and fix the aircraft to send it back home.
Shiv, I want to understand from you, we are looking at the visuals of the stranded fighter jet. This is the Thiruvananthapuram International Airport, and it has been parked there since June 14th. The question is, why has no efforts been made so far? And it had made an emergency landing due to low fuel, after which, of course, the Indian Air Force had provided all required support, including refueling. But there seems to be a problem, and UK is realizing only now.
Well, the thing is, the low fuel was the immediate reason why the emergency landing was necessary in Thiruvananthapuram while the aircraft was trying to land on the ship out at sea. But clearly, in the days following that landing, it has become clear that low fuel was the least of the aircraft's problems because it is simply unable to get back into the air despite at least 2 attempts so far from the ship itself. Crews have arrived on helicopters twice so far, Maria, to try and repair the aircraft. But given that the F-35 is an aircraft that the Indian Air Force and India does not operate, we obviously don't have the necessary spare parts and repair equipment to fix the aircraft and get it flyworthy again. And that's one of the reasons why such a large group coming. And this is, like I said, the third attempt to fix and repair whatever is wrong with the aircraft, and that's keeping it on the ground. It should also be noted that the F-35 is an advanced stealth fighter, and therefore the equipment required and the spare parts required to fix it are very, very specialized. They're not standard parts that you would normally get even in a military base. And that's the reason why perhaps it is taking so long. But it is definitely unusual that the aircraft continues to sit out there in the open with sensitivities over even shifting it into a hangar at this time. Maybe this time it'll be third time lucky.